ISMF World Cup moved to France for stage 4 to the pretty village of Puy Saint Vincent on the edge of the Écrins National Park, a family-friendly resort that lies in the Haute-Alpes region, close to the Italian border, for an individual and vertical race. In Puy Saint Vincent was a taxing 1,800 metres of vertical drop spread out over 6 ascents and descents. The big news was the return to action of Kylian Horner Bourgada after 3 months out with a shoulder injury. Michele Boscacci and Kylian Horner were the quickest off the line and led the race early on, with Robert Antonioli just behind. All three were close together as the transitions came and went. Kylian Horner was lightning quick up the mountain, taking the race to the Italians. But the men dressed in blue were too good going down the mountain, skiing brilliantly to take back control of the race. France were expected to dominate the individual race on the Saturday, and so it turned out. Axel Molleret and Letitia Roux were the hot pre-race favourites, and the two were involved in a gruelling battle up 5 climbs and down 5 ascents before crossing the finish line. It didn't take long for the pair to get their noses in front and start opening up a gap over the chasing pack. Tactically, Molleret conducted a perfect race, setting a good pace on the climbing sections and controlling the pace in the skiing sections. Day 2 in Puy Saint Vincent, and the athletes had just enough time to recover from the individual, ready to take on the vertical race. The weather again was ideal for the climb up the mountain. The race started in the centre of the resort and made its way up to the Écrins National Park. It was a frantic pace, and even after only a few minutes, the competition had been stretched out, with the athletes struggling to keep up with Kylian Horner. Experience won over in the end, and Kylian Horner had just enough energy to cross the line in first place, with Werner Marti just behind in second place. Both men were exhausted. Axel Molleret was at it again the following day in the vertical race. Having already won the previous 2 races of the season, the French athlete, in the best form of her life, was expected to dominate once again. As soon as the gun sounded, Molleret moved to the front of the pack and never looked back. The French star powered her way up the 680-metre track, the same exhausting course the men also had to face, and was so much faster than the others that almost immediately she had opened up an unassailable lead. Kreuzer did very well to take second spot some way behind the winner. The all-rounder Michele Boscacci was in the lead of the overall standings by 37 points over fellow Italian Robert Antonioli. Axel Molleret had a huge lead at the top of the overall standings in the ladies, 165 points over second place.